hope you all are doing super well and welcome. And I hope that your holiday season was super happy. So today's project is going to be an adjustable dog collar. I will be using a Thane adapter for this collar. If you're not familiar with an adapter, I'll leave a link below. I show you guys how to make your own and where to get your supplies from. If you choose leather instead of Thane, you can still use my same instructions. So for the cords that we're going to be using on this project, we are using electric blue and white diamond for the double cow's hitch. This is 550 cord. If you're not familiar with how to do the double cow's hitch, I'll leave another link below. I show you guys how to do the double cow's hitch and how to hook it up to your jig. If you want to use a quick release buckle instead of the square rings for the adapter, I go over that as well for the quick release buckle in the same video. So again, I'm using 550 paracord in electric blue and white diamond. The other cords that I'm going to be using today are, I'm using polar blue in 550, Cariban blue in 550, and then I have electric blue in 325. And I'm also going to be using this really pretty glitter cord. For the life of me, I cannot remember the name of it, but it'll be on the screen for you guys. Just to make you aware, this cord is gutted and it does catch on fire when you melt it. So be very aware of that. I will remind you again when we do the tie off, but just in case, if you don't want your work, if you don't want to deal with this particular cord, I completely understand that. You might want to just leave it out, and you can do that for this project. If you guys watched my last video, which was the last one that I did for last year, the Christmas video, I do mention that I do have an announcement, and I do have an announcement, but I'm not going to be making it until January 10th. So because there was a large gap in between the videos, I wanted to do a video now, and then I will be doing an announcement on the 10th. The way we're going to start this project off is we are going to use the Cariban blue, and what we're going to do here is I am using a paracord needle. If you don't have one, it's not a big deal. You can just melt the top of your cord and slip it through the two cow's hitches, because that's what we're going to be doing. So I'm going to just loosen up my cow's hitches to make it a little bit easier, and I'm just going to go right in between both of those cow's hitches, bring it to the other side, and bring the middle to the top of my work. The next cord that I'm going to be putting on is the polar blue. And what I'm going to do with this cord is I want to go through those two cow's hitches again, just like I did with the Cariban blue. Pull this to the other side and bring the middle to the top of my work. The next cord that I'm going to add is the electric blue, and what I want to do here is I want to go in between the first cow's hitch, underneath the two stitches going towards the left, come up the second cow's hitch, bring this to the middle to the top of my work. And the final cord is going to be the glitter cord, and what I'm going to do here is just what I did with the electric blue cord. I'm just going to go under in between the first cow's hitch, underneath the two stitches going towards the left, come up the second cow's hitch in the middle, and bring that to the middle at the top of my work. Okay, once you have everything in the middle at the top of your work, you're gonna want to make sure that everything is also tight, and double check your measurements just to make sure that nothing moved around. You can also roll up your ends. I rolled up all of my ends except for the glitter cord when I've used Glittercord in the past and I've rolled it up, it's a little difficult to pull it through the rubber band, so I'm just going to leave those unrolled. And once we're done with all that, we can get started. So I'm going to be starting off on my right side with my diamond cord, the electric blue and white diamond. I'm just going to call it the diamond cord because it'll be easier for me. So I'm going to start with the one on my right, and what I want to do is I'm going to go over this first cord, right down the middle, and then over towards the left. So I want to go over the first cord, right down the middle, and then technically I'm going underneath the second cord, going towards the left. You're going to take your diamond on the left side now, and you're going to go underneath the cord that you just worked. For this one, you are going to go over this first cord, down through the middle, but you're going to go above the cord that you just worked, so you're going to go up here, and then you're going to come out this loop that you just made on the right. So go over the first, down the middle, above your cord that you just worked, and then you're going to come out the right. Next, you're going to take your Cariban blue on the right side, and you're going to go underneath all of your work. You're going to come up the middle and then down this loop on your right. So take the one on the right, go underneath, right up the middle, and then down this loop on the right. Take the one on the left now, and you're going to go again underneath, right up the middle, and down this loop on the left. So go underneath, right up the middle, and then you have your loop on the left, down that loop. Now you're going to find your two horizontal diamond cords that are in the middle, and you can pick up on those a little bit. The next cord that you're going to work is going to be your polar blue. For this cord, you're just going to go over those two horizontal diamond cords and come out the right. So take the one on the right, and you're going to go over and around those two horizontal cords and come out the right. So go over and around and out the right. Take the one on the left now, and you're going to go over and around but out the left. So go over and around and out the left. And for the electric blue cords, you're going to just do that same thing. You're just going to go around those two horizontal cords, and you're going to come up on the right side with the right cord. So go over and around and then out the right. Take the one on the left, go over and around and out the left, over, around, and out the left. So for the glitter cords, we're just going to repeat those steps again. So you're going to take the one on the right, and you're going to go over the two horizontal diamond pieces with the right and come out the right. So go over and around and out the right. And then you can go on the left and go over and around and out the left. Over, around, out the left. Now with the glitter cord, like I said, it's gutted, so it has a more flatter shape to it than, say, the 550 cord. So when you are working that glitter cord, make sure that it is laying on that flatter side. And once you are here, you can tighten it up. After you've gotten it nice and tight, we can start the weave from the beginning. So we're going to start on our right side, and we're going to start with our diamond. And again, we're going to go over that first cord, right down the middle, and then over to the left. So go over, down the middle, and pull it to the left. Now take the diamond on your left and go underneath the cord that you just worked. And again, you're going to go over this first cord, but you want to be above the cord that you just worked and go down the middle and then come out this loop on your right. So go over, down the middle, and then out the right. Now you can take your Cariban blue, and again you're going to go underneath, right up the middle, and then down this loop that you have on your right side. So go underneath, right up the middle, down this loop. Take the one on the left, go underneath, right up the middle, down this loop on your left. Underneath, right up the middle, down this loop on my left. And now you can pick up on those two horizontal diamond cords that are in the middle. You're going to take your polar blue that is on your right side now, and you're going to go over and around and out the right. So go over, around them, and out the right. The one on the left, you'll go over and around, but out the left. So go over and around and out the left. Again, same steps with the electric blue. So you're going to just go over and around and out the right. Take the one on the left, go over and around, out the left. And again, just repeat those steps. Take your glitter on the right and go over and around, out the right. Take the one on the left now, go over and around and out the left, and then tighten it up. So once you're back to this spot, you can start that weave all over again. So I'm going to take my diamond on the right, and I'm going to go right down the middle and then over to the left. Take the one on the left and go underneath my cord that I just worked. And then I'm going to go above, down the middle, and then to the right through that loop. I'm going to take my Cariban blue now, and I'm going to go underneath all of my work, right up the middle, and down that loop. I'm going to take the one on the left, go underneath, right up the middle, and then down that loop on the left. Find those two horizontal pieces, take my polar blue on the right, go over and around and out the right, take the one on the left, go over and around and out the left. Repeat those same steps. Take your electric blue on the right, go over and around and out the right. The one on the left, over and around and out the left. And now the glitter cord, same steps. Just go over and around, out the right with the right cord. Take the one on the left, over and around and out the left. Then take the one on the left and go over and around and out the left, and then tighten it up. Alright, so I went a few more weaves down so you can see a bigger portion done, and I'm going to continue the same weave all the way down the collar, and when I get to the end I'll show you guys how I do my tie-off and what it looks like when I had the biothane attached. I'm at the end of my collar now, and I took it off the jig. What we're going to be doing now is we're going to be weaving in these top cords from front of the collar to the back side. The only cords that we won't be weaving are the two Cariban blue cords. We're going to cut and melt them where they are. But the rest of the cords we're going to be weaving in. I'm going to be starting with my diamond cord, and I am using a paracord needle, and this needle has been giving me some trouble. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go right in between this gap that you have in between your work and your double cow's hitch. You have a small gap in there, and you're going to go in that gap with both of your diamond cords as well as both of your polar blue cords and your electric blue cords. You'll be doing the same exact thing. For the glitter cord, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Okay, so I got all of those cords through that gap, and now I want to work the glitter cord. The glitter cord does not have a very good relationship with my paracord needle. It doesn't want to screw on, and you, like I said, told you earlier, it's a hard cord to melt. So I am going to be using these things. I don't know what they're called, but they're just like little grabber. I think they're for jewelry, I want to say. I got a set for Christmas. So what I'm going to do is I am going to have that help me. So what you're going to do with your glitter cord is you want to go right in between your two cow's hitches. You have a tiny hole there, and you're going to want to stick your glitter cord through. Now you might be able to work it through if you have a good amount of patience. But what I'm going to do, instead of doing that, I'm going to use these things. I wish I knew what they were called. I am sorry. If you know what these are called and you're at this point in the video, can you please put it in the comment box so I know? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go from the behind the collar, and I'm going to go and find that hole and stick them through. And I'm just going to open them up a little bit, I think. Yeah. And grab, kind of stick that cord in there and grab it. And then I'm going to pull it through. Like that. And that seems to work. And if you get your first cord through, you might be able to make that hole a little bit bigger to be able to stick your other cord through, but I don't want to fight with this cord any more than I already have. So I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm going to put these pincer things inside that hole, open them up, and then stick the glitter cord in the opening, and just like that. Nope. This might take a little bit. Alright. Okay, I got it. And now I'm just going to pull that through. So I'm just grabbing the glitter cord with these pincer things and pulling them through. And that's how you can get that cord through that tiny hole. Okay. And now you can tighten everything up, and then we can start to cut and melt everything. So like I said, the glitter cord catches on fire, so I have a plan for that one. Once you have everything tightened up, we can start to cut and melt everything. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to start off on my sides. I do like to do my sides first. And I am going to just cut about a ½ inch up from the collar, fray it out, melt it, and then you can squish it down with a butter knife if you have one. I'm going to be using this knotter's tool just to squish it down with. I like this because you kind of can roll it. So I'm just going to make this nice and hot. And then I'm going to squish that down. I'll do the same for the other side. So I'm going to cut it the same length. I'm going to show it to you because I think I might have been out of frame or very close to the edge. So I'm going to do a 1/2 inch again. I'm going to fray it out. And then I'm going to melt it. Be careful. You don't want it to catch on fire, but it does happen often. And then I'm just going to squish it down with my knotter's tool. And now I'm going to do these cords in the middle. So for the middle cords, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the glitter cords and I'm going to lay them down. So I have them crisscrossed. And what I want to do is I'm going to try my best to get the other cords to melt on the glitter cord as well as on some of the backside of the collar to get it to stick. And you can weave the glitter cords through some of these weaves, but because my needle is not cooperating with me, I'm going to try it this way. Because you really need a paracord needle to weave inside these backside stitches. You can't use this tool. It's not going to work. Okay, so we got these guys flat, and what I'm going to do first is I'm going to start with the polar blue, and I'm going to cut this about 1 inch. Yeah. I want to fray this out really, really well so I can get it nice and goopy when I go to melt it. So I'm going to melt it and then squish it down. If it catches on fire, just blow it out as soon as you can. Yes, I think I got it. Okay, so you can see how it's melted right here. It's on the edge of the glitter cord and it's on the back side of the collar, so it's stuck on both of them. I'll do the same for the other side with the polar blue, and then I will work on the electric blue cords, and then I will work on the diamond cords. And I'm going to try and do them all the same way, trying to get them to go on both the glitter cord as well as the backside of the collar. So I'm pretty happy with how it came out. I melted everything onto the glitter cord, and the glitter cord is stuck now, which is great. The only unfortunate part is that it is a little bit bulky right here because you had all those cords going in the same direction. You couldn't kind of like fan them out a little bit. But again, the glitter cord is stuck, and that's what I wanted. So I'm going to trim the glitter cord right up by where it's been melted. After you've done that, if you wish, you can hook up your adapter to your collar and use it as is. I am going to be putting a little bit of Gorilla Glue onto the ends that I melted. I have to say that this is a pretty wide collar, and it's kind of flat. And I do like it. I like all these pretty blues on it. And I love to use this glitter cord, but Sometimes it can be a hassle to use because you can't melt it. Like I said, it catches on fire, and it's hard to put into your paracord needle, but it is a very pretty cord to use. So we're gonna put some glue on here. So I use clear, non-foaming Gorilla Glue. It is waterproof, and it says it dries crystal clear. I've never noticed that, but it does dry clear. And I've been doing this since the very beginning. I've never had anybody tell me that their collar has come undone. So you don't need a whole bunch. You can put on a couple of dabs, and you're just gonna rub it around. You are gonna let this dry for, gosh, depends on where you live. It's really dry where I live right now. I mean, we got a ton of snow right now, but it's dry. I'm gonna let this sit overnight, and then I'll hook up the adapter, and I will let you guys see what the finished result looks like.